It's not unusual for our clients to book several referral partner meetings every single week just by reaching out to them and starting a conversation. And this strategy is so underestimated and not used often enough. People don't really understand the power of how to do this to keep those referrals coming in and to keep building those relationships. Because at the end of the day, a loyal community isn't just about your clients, it's about the entire ecosystem of people and organizations that are truly invested in your success. And when you can tap into that, the possibilities are truly endless. I'm Sylvie Garibaldi, founder and CEO of a well-established marketing training and done-for-you services company, tailored specifically for the modern legal and financial professional worldwide. While it's taken some trial and error to figure out which methods get the best results for professionals who are looking to grow their practices, fast forward to today, my team and I have nailed down and perfected a process that has helped so many of our clients consistently achieve outstanding results and create a legacy for their practices. I created the Serve First, Sell Later marketing podcast to give you simple, actionable, non-salesy, and results-driven marketing to grow your legal or financial practice like so many of our clients have. If you're a lawyer, mediator, financial, or divorce professional who is looking to become highly visible and wants to create a practice that makes an impact, then you're in the right place. Let's dive in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to episode number 17 of the Serve First, Sell Later marketing podcast. Today's episode is all about building a loyal community. And you might be wondering, why is a loyal community so important for me as a professional? Well, having a loyal community can do wonders for your practice, and I don't believe many professionals really make a concerted effort to figure this out. So, when you have a group of people who are truly invested in what you do, it can lead to simply increased sales, stronger customer loyalty, and even better brand recognition. So, think about it this way: when you have a community of people who trust you, who believe in your expertise, and who are excited to work with you, they're not just going to be one time clients. They're going to be loyal supporters who will keep coming back. They'll refer their friends and colleagues, and they'll really help you grow your practice in a sustainable way. And let's be honest, in the world of legal and financial professions where competition can be fierce, having that loyal community can really help you stand out from the crowd. So your clients and potential clients, they'll actually see you as a trusted advisor, someone they can rely on rather than just be another service provider. All right, let's dive a little deeper into the importance of building a loyal community as a legal or financial professional. And I think first and foremost, a loyal community is really critical to your success. So I want you to think about it. When you have a group of people who are truly invested in what you do, they're just going to be excited to work with you, as I've said before. So that's super, super important. And I think what we're seeing is that when you're building this loyal community, these people are going to be your biggest advocates. They're going to be your most loyal supporters and your most valuable source of referrals. So, what we're seeing is that successful professionals have many things in common, but one big one is that they've built an incredible community of clients and industry peers who are absolutely devoted to them. And I think this is simply because they just have consistently provided value. They've engaged with their community and they made them feel like they're part of something special. So as a result, they're able to grow their practice exponentially, even in a crowded market. So I want you to think about that for a moment. Successful professionals are building incredible communities of clients and industry peers. And when they do this, they are growing their practices significantly. So here's the important thing is when you're thinking about your own community and growing this community, your clients don't see you just as a service provider when you're growing this community. They see you as a trusted advisor, and so that kind of relationship is really priceless. So I think this begs the question, how do you even begin to build a community like that? Like the ones that very successful professionals do, and they do it well and they do it consistently. So I'm going to get into the nitty gritty of that today. But I think the key is to start thinking about your clients and potential clients as more than just transactions. So start seeing them as people, start seeing them as partners, as members of a community that you're building together. Because when you do that, when you create that sense of belonging and shared purpose, that's when things really come together nicely. That's when you start to stand out in that crowded market. And that's when your business can truly thrive. So I've had conversations with many of you, and it always goes along the lines of there's so many of us doing the same thing. How do we stand out? And so one of those ways is building that community. And so, I think I've covered off the importance of building that loyal community. So now let's talk about how you can actually make that happen. So it really starts with providing value, and value again. So when you're a divorce financial analyst or a family lawyer, as examples, your community, they want to know that you're an expert in your field. And they're willing to share your knowledge and insights and spread that for you when they believe in what you do and when they see you as an expert. So think about the kinds of content that you create, the types of messaging that you put out into the community. So if we're keeping with the example of a divorce financial analyst, let's keep to this example and dig a little deeper here. So going through divorce can be an incredibly complex and emotionally charged process, especially when it comes to the financial aspects. And so, if you're a divorce financial analyst, your clients are going to be looking for someone that they can trust to guide them through this very challenging time. And so, one way to build that trust and loyalty is by creating a series of educational resources that address the unique needs of your clients. But, that could also take the form of hosting an event. Maybe it's a monthly webinar where you are sharing the latest ways to divide assets or different ways to look at spousal support. Or you could even, create a series of blog posts or practical tips, videos on how to navigate the financial complexities of divorce. So, the key here is to position yourself as an expert in your field. So, someone who not only knows the ins and outs of divorce finances, but who is also genuinely invested in helping your clients achieve the best possible outcome. So, when your clients see that level of dedication and expertise, they're going to be much more likely to stick with you and refer their friends and their colleagues. And we see this all the time. Let's take the example of family lawyers. Maybe you could share case studies that highlight your successes in child custody battles or maybe high net worth divorces. Or you could also offer a free ebook that outlines the key steps in the divorce processes from filing the initial paperwork to finalizing the settlement. Once again, the key is to just make sure that the information that you're sharing is genuinely helpful and, of course, relevant to your audience and what they are experiencing. And it's not just about the content, it's also about engaging with your community on a personal level. So maybe that means hosting a virtual coffee chat, or maybe it's an event in person. You're organizing an in person networking event for your industry peers where you can all connect and share best practices. And the more you connect with your community on a human level, the stronger those bonds will become. And as legal and financial professionals, you know that referrals are the lifeblood of your practice. So there's something that happens when you gather this community of industry peers, which actually helps you to spread the word about what you do and helps you build that community. And I'm going to be talking about that in just a few minutes. I'm going to go a little bit deeper there. But I think for now, you just really need to focus in on finding those ways that are going to help you build that community. So when you think of a community, you might be thinking, well, what are those exclusive benefits of belonging to a community, right? How do I keep my community coming back? So let me share an example. So let's take the example of a divorce financial analyst, and they could, offer a special VIP package that includes personalized financial planning sessions and access to a private online community where, people that are going through a divorce, even after they've gone through the divorce, they can still access this private online community. That's like a special benefit of being part of this community. That's just an example. I want to try to explain to you the different ways in which you can create that community that makes people want to come back because there is something special about your community. If we look at family lawyers, they could create maybe a members only newsletter that provides insider tips and strategies for navigating the legal system. And if you want to be part of this community, you sign up for the newsletter and you are updated on a regular basis. So, creating that community. So, the idea here is really to make your community feel like they're part of something special, that it's exclusive, it's valuable. And when they feel that way, they're going to be much more likely to stick around. But here's the thing. Building a loyal community isn't a one and done kind of deal. I know many of you think, "Oh, well, I'll just set this up and away I go." Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. It's something that requires consistency and dedication over time. So, whatever your profession, you need to show up for your community day in and day out and demonstrate that you're truly invested in their success. And as you start to build this community, for some of you, you may want to bring in help to manage the community. For others, if you're starting out, you want to build that community and manage it on your own. But at some stage, as your practice grows bigger, you're going to have someone on your team who's going to be responsible for this community. If you're ready to take your practice to the next level, then you'll want to get a hold of our free comprehensive marketing planning workbook designed specifically for professionals just like you. With this step-by-step guide, you'll unlock the secrets to attracting your ideal clients, generating more leads, and mapping out your entire year of marketing with ease. Don't miss out. Simply go to sgandassociates.ca/marketing-planning-workbook for podcast. Link is also in the show notes. Check it out. All right. So let's talk about another key benefit of building a loyal community, and that's really the networking opportunities that it can provide with referral partners. So referral partners play a really important role, and I just mentioned that a few minutes ago, that it's such a critical role in building your own practice because referral partners, they play a really important role in your community. So referral partners, what are they? How do they work? Why are they important? And if you've listened to my podcast episodes, you will know that I do speak a lot about referral partners, but I guess the question is, what does that have to do with building a loyal community and how does that work? So think about it this way. When you have a group of people who are truly invested in your success, they're not just going to be your clients. They're also going to be your advocates, your champions, and potentially even your referral partners. And so referral partners could be your clients, but referral partners could be other professionals who work with your ideal target audience who can help you build that community because they're in a relationship with your community already. I hope that makes sense. So when you build strong relationships with other professionals in your industry who might be able to send you new business, it can really lead to some incredible opportunities. So when you build strong relationships with other professionals in your industry, maybe they're lawyers, accountants, financial advisors, divorce coaches, whatever it may be, the whole idea here is that they might be able to send you new business, and it can also lead to some other incredible collaboration opportunities. So for starters, I think these referral partners are going to gain a much deeper understanding of your organization's needs and capabilities. They need to understand that first. And when they do, they'll see firsthand the value that you provide to your clients, and they'll be much more likely to send new business your way, knowing that you're the perfect fit. But I have to say, it's not just about the referrals. These relationships can also open the doors to other kinds of collaborative opportunities. Maybe you're able to co host an event together or develop a joint service that's combining your respective areas of expertise, I mean, the possibilities are truly endless. And let's not forget about the knowledge exchange that happens here when you're networking with other professionals in your field, right? You'll be able to learn from each other, share best practices, and stay up to date on the latest industry trends and developments. So I want you to imagine being able to offer your clients an even broader range of services simply by tapping into your network of trusted referral partners. And that's really the kind of value that a loyal community can bring to your business. And it really helps you provide referrals, helping your clients connect them with other resources. So, if you're not already actively building those relationships with other professionals in your industry, now is really the time to start. Reach out, connect, and see how you can work together to create something truly amazing. And it's not unusual for our clients to book several referral partner meetings every single week just by reaching out to them and starting a conversation. And this strategy is so underestimated and not used often enough. People don't really understand the power of how to do this to keep those referrals coming in and to keep building those relationships. Because at the end of the day, a loyal community isn't just about your clients, it's about the entire ecosystem of people and organizations that are truly invested in your success. And when you can tap into that, the possibilities are truly endless. All right, let's talk about another incredible benefit of building a loyal community, and that's the enhanced visibility and professional achievement that comes with that. So, what do I mean by that? Well, visibility and achievement isn't just about ego and bragging rights. It's when you're part of a thriving community, it's not just about you. It's about showcasing your expertise and your successes, but in a way that can truly benefit your business. So I want you to think about it this way. When you're actively engaged with your community, whether that's sharing valuable content, hosting events, or simply being a visible and respected presence, you're automatically increasing your visibility within your profession. And let me tell you, that visibility can lead to some incredible opportunities. And time again, it's always underestimated what visibility can do for your practice. So if you want some more visibility tips, check out episode number 4 and number 14 of the podcast. I'll link it in the show notes for you. All right. So for starters, I want to say that other professionals in your industry are going to take notice when you are building this community, right? They're going to see you as an expert, someone who's at the top of their game, and that can translate that into increased referrals as those other professionals actually start sending their clients your way, knowing that you're the perfect fit for their needs. But it's not just about referrals, right? It's also about attracting a more diverse client base. So when you're seen as a leader in your field, when your achievements and expertise are actually on full display, you're going to just start attracting a wider range of clients who are drawn to your reputation and your track record of success. And let's not forget about the impact that you can have on your professional reputation. When you're part of a thriving community, you're not just seen as a service provider, you're seen as the trusted advisor. So someone who's truly invested in the success of their clients and the industry. So I believe that that kind of reputation is priceless. It's priceless because it can open doors, it can lead to new opportunities, and it can ultimately help you grow your practice in ways you never thought possible. So if you're not actively showcasing your expertise and your achievements, now is really the time to start. So let me share a couple of examples. You can share your successes on social media. You can write guest posts for industry publications. Maybe you're a guest on a TV show, or you're even considering speaking at a conference or an event. These are all ways that you can actually showcase your expertise. So, whatever you do, make sure that you're putting yourself and your brand out there in a way that's authentic and valuable to your community. Because at the end of the day, a loyal community isn't just about the people, it's also about who you are directly engaging with. It's about the entire ecosystem of professionals and organizations who are aware of your capabilities and your successes. And those possibilities are truly endless. So, we've been talking a lot about the incredible benefits of building a loyal community as a professional, but I do know that for some of you out there, that might seem easier said than done. And so maybe you've tried to engage with your clients and industry peers only to be met with indifference, or it just didn't work. Or maybe you've put in the time and the effort and you're a little bit resentful that you've put in this time to create valuable content, but it just seems to fall flat with your audience. So if that's you, if this sounds familiar, I want you to know that you're not alone because building a loyal community, it is a challenge. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It is a challenge that even the most successful professionals have had to deal with. But there is good news. There are some proven ways that you can use to turn things around. And so if you're struggling, if you've tried it and hasn't worked, first and foremost, I think it's really important for you to just take a step back and really evaluate your approach. So, are you providing the kind of value that your community is truly craving? Are you engaging with them in a way that feels genuine and authentic rather than just trying to sell them something? So, I want you to honestly ask yourself if you're looking at your social media platforms, your virtual storefront. What are you seeing on your virtual storefront? What are you seeing when you're meeting with people in person, when you're meeting with people at events? Are you talking all about your service or are you listening and asking questions and trying to figure out what are they most struggling with? What's keeping them up at night? And one common mistake I see a lot of professionals make, as I've mentioned, is they're just so focused on their service that they forget to actually listen to their community. So if you've been trying this and it hasn't worked for you, that's the first place I would suggest you reassess. So take the time to understand your ideal client's needs, their pain points, and what they're really looking for. So I think that's the first place I would start if you're struggling or if you've tried it and hasn't worked for you. You can also reach out to your existing clients and connections and ask them what kind of content, what kind of resources would they find most valuable? What are the challenges they're facing in their day to day lives or work? And how can you help them overcome those challenges? And I think once you have a better understanding of what your community needs, you can start to tailor your approach accordingly. So that could mean maybe shifting the focus of your content, the focus of your messaging, the focus of your presentations, the focus of your conversations, right? So all of that messaging impacts all of those areas that I've just identified. And I think if you're finding new and creative ways to engage with your audience, that can also be helpful. But at the end of the day, it's all about figuring out how you can truly add value rather than just trying to sell your service. And I think speaking of engagement, that's another area where a lot of professionals struggle. They might be putting great content out there. They may be delivering the best webinars, but they're not actually interacting with their audience. And so they're not responding to comments. They're not asking for feedback. They're not creating opportunities for their community to maybe connect with one another. So, if that sounds like you, I'd encourage you to start small. Maybe it's as simple as setting aside 30 minutes a day to respond to comments on your blog or social media posts. Maybe you're organizing a phone call or virtual coffee chat with your clients so that they can come together and share their experiences. So, the point is, you need to be actively involved in your community, not just a passive observer, putting things out there and just not asking for feedback or trying to figure out what is it that they really need. So super, super important to do that. So I know that building a loyal community isn't something that happens overnight. It's a long-term game and it's going to require a lot of patience and dedication on your part. But I can tell you from experience that the payoff is more than worth it. Because when you have a group of people who are truly invested in your success, who are excited to work with you and refer their friends and colleagues, it can really transform your practice in ways that you never thought possible. But it can also transform the way you think about your business. And I think that that is a little underestimated in the power of what a community can do. So building a loyal community, it's not just about transactions or sales. It's about creating something truly special, a network of people who believe in your expertise, they support your journey, and they contribute to your success. And I get it, building a loyal community might seem daunting, but it's absolutely achievable with not only the right approach, but the right mindset. And it starts first with providing value, sharing your knowledge, expertise, and insights with your audience in a way that genuinely helps them. So, as a professional, there are countless opportunities to engage with your community, from hosting webinars to writing blog posts to organizing networking events to even setting up client events. I mean, there's so many different ways to do this. And I think the key is to show up consistently and authentically, building trust and relationships along the way. And remember, building a loyal community isn't just about your clients, it's about your entire ecosystem of partners, colleagues, and industry peers. And I think by nurturing these relationships and actively participating in your community, you're not only enhancing your visibility and reputation, but you're also creating a supportive network that you can lean on. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed or maybe you're struggling to connect with your audience, please be patient. Building a loyal community takes time, it takes effort, but the rewards are truly immeasurable. So I want you to take a moment to step back, evaluate your approach, and listen to your audience. What do they need? How can you better serve them? And by truly understanding and engaging with your community, you're going to unlock all kinds of opportunities, not only for growth, but so much success ahead, and success that you probably never thought was even possible. So stay dedicated, stay patient, and remember that the payoff for transforming your practice and achieving your goals is really more than worth it. So thank you for tuning in with me. And if you found this episode valuable, I would be most honored if you subscribe to the podcast, rate, and leave a review. Or please share this with anyone who you think could benefit. Thanks again for joining in. Have a great day.